brought to you by Plastic. Oh no, we brought the other one by Plastic the other day. Um, Paper. You're right on it. It's paper. Now, here's the song. If God had a mask, what would it look like? Would you put yours on then? Cover up your mask hole with two masks outside and maybe save all the babies and the people and the old ones and put your fucking mask on. Okay, now here they are. Your inveterable host, Carlos Kareem Wyndham. Oh, wait, I know how to do this. Here we go. I don't know how to do. Sometimes I know. Hey, gang. I'm a little out of practice. My apologies. You'd think we hadn't already done this 275 times, but we have. We have, and you can see it all over YouTube. Do you have a warm bevy? Fill up your fucks tank. Oh, those are nice hot fucks. Get those in your mouth right now. Hey, is this a thing that you like to look at? Go ahead and help us out. There's so many ways you could help us out. Shout out to the folks who've been showing up in the Venmo and the Cash App and the PayPal recently. Really appreciate you. That's at Venmo, Carlos-Wyndham, Cash App, $CK Wyndham, PayPal /me .CK Wyndham, and a special shout out to our patrons. If you'd like to be as special as they are and see your name here flashing underneath internationally recognized house monster DJ Tres Manos, well, all you got to do is join us as a patron at the Patreon. Smoke and Mirrors, CC and B, and if you do that, then you'll see your name. Go over there with Ruthie's and everyone's. Hey, is it okay? It's not, right? Did you get out of the house today? Have you breathed air that you didn't breathe since yesterday? Today? I hope you have. Did you get out of the house wisely? Did you get out of the house without being near other people? Did you go for a walk by yourself? Get your little bullshit government mandated walk on? I hope you did. Did you listen to some music today? Well, if you haven't yet, here's some good music you could listen to. This is an album that I'm on. I'm on it because I'm in this band. This band is called Wallace, and we have a record out called And We Ride, and it's got a title track, and that title track is called And We Ride, and I'm one of we, and I'm on there, and I'm rhyming. I'm doing my other talent. I guess you could call this a talent. Flying a little fast and loose with that. But anyway, the album is called And We Ride, and you can check it out on Bandcamp. Go buy it. That'd be sweet. Like Trey said in the chats. It's the thing to do. Oh man. It is dreadful. Out and in the world. I don't have as much like before, before. It's like baby dread. It's the old dreads from before. It's now just back to the dread of the COVID, learning that in Philadelphia, a college kid had gotten the contract to disseminate the vaccine, and consequently, a lot of it got thrown away, and he pocketed some, and he started an online company. So, and with some other kids too. So that's Cicely Tyson is gone. Larry King is gone. He was 82. She was 96. They did the thing, you know? They did the thing. Honestly, I don't care if it is COVID at that point. With either one, they've given everything they can give. They've done everything they can. Cicely Tyson, honestly, at 96, black people were beginning to think she might be immortal. She might be immortal. Because she certainly is a superhero, and black superheroes are as you know, if you have ever been here at Smoke and Mirrors, one of the driving forces in my life. I loves me some black superheroes. Losing one hurts, and we are all looking for our distractions right now. I don't know if you've gotten to the end of the internet. I don't know if you've gotten to the end of Netflix yet. If you have, and you've not done so already, and you have a subscription or know somebody who will cheat you in, and I do suggest cheating in, get your ass over to Disney Plus. Seriously, do yourself a favor. There's a new show there that is a black superhero show. I know Black Lightning is on the CW is going to be canceled, but this is the last season. But right now, because comedy, culture, blackness. Let's get into some culture and some blackness. Let's talk about this show on Disney Plus. I don't know if you've seen it or heard about it. It's the Monica Rambeau Show. The Monica Rambeau Show. Oh, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Captain Marvel Show, the Ms. Marvel Show, as I'm calling it. This is a show that is introducing a new talent into the Marvel universe. You know that once they get in the Marvel universe, that's your job for the next 10 years. That's a knock on wood. You're there for a while. You got they're gonna by the second, third movie, they're backing up a truck of money to your house. Boop, boop, boop. Please, we need to see you more. And so congratulations to Teyonah Parris, the actress, the Juliard trained actress who is starring as Monica Rambeau on the Monica Rambeau Show, presented to you by Marvel on Disney Plus. I'm getting word that Larry King was not 82, but 87. 87 was the old owl. We talked about him the other day. I remembered then. I didn't remember. It was written down on a card. Doesn't matter. Anyway, look at this. Come on. This is your new Marvel superhero, and she's going to be one of the most powerful superheroes in the entirety of the Marvel universe. I am thrilled. Now, it took a while for her to actually get introduced, which is weird to me because really she has top billing. And should have top billing. They didn't give it to her on the show either. They don't actually call it the Monica Rambeau Show. They call it Wanda Vision. I guess, it's that old thing of you have to use white actors to kind of sneak a black story into people. Anyway, Wanda Vision, it's interesting. If you've been watching the Marvel movies, you understand that calling it Wanda Vision is two things. One, a horrible name and a bad idea. And also an indicator of what the show is actually about. We're seeing the show and experiencing it through the perspective of Wanda, who is going to be understood to be one of the first mutants in all of Marvel. Marvel as a company got the right to start making movies about mutants again after Fox, the company, just kept fucking up X-Men movies to the point that nobody wanted to see any of them despite Hugh Jackman's abs. It got ridiculous. And so Marvel bought them back, and now through this, they're going to reintroduce them, the mutants, and Wanda will be one of them. Now, this is the story of how Sword Agent Monica Rambeau saves the Avenger, Wanda, from this strange reality that she is in. She will eventually become Captain Marvel. She was introduced she may become Ms. Marvel first. She was introduced in the Captain Marvel movie. You may recognize her as the younger black actor who is neither the skin tone nor the facial features and structure of the older black actor, letting us all know that the casting of both of these actors was done by a white person. Why do you do that? Our skin doesn't change colors as we get older, despite what Michael Jackson said. She's going to become this character. It is going to happen. She was just introduced in the show for the first time. I'm very excited to see it. She eventually becomes a character, I think, named Photon. They took the character, the name Ms. Marvel, and then they ended up creating a third Ms. Marvel. They're also introducing her right now. That's going to be a young, I believe, Pakistani girl from Queens, where they're introducing the Young Avengers. Spider-Man's going to do all of that. Blurs, you get it. Non-blurred people, why am I talking about this, you're saying? And the answer is because culture. This is culture. So stick around. Buckle up. There's a little bit more. We'll get into some. Okay. Anyway, so Wanda and Vision. We're not, Wanda and Vision are stuck in this weird reality that she's created. And it's a reality that she's created that brings to mind many questions. First of all, why Vision is here? Where'd it come from? Last time, if you're following the serial film that is, in fact, Marvel movies, you'll remember that the last time we saw Vision, he was actually just a corpse, right? He was just a body. He was just a body. And you know what? I'm a body wrapped in a sweater that is, in fact, culture. It is, in fact, culture. I'm Princess Di, y'all. I'm the black sheep. Oh, it's a commentary on so many levels. I live in Portland. From Boulder. I refuse to be a statistic to the degrees that I can help it. So, and I don't fit in with boys. So, I'm the black sheep. He's a corpse. He was gone. And the last time we saw his body, it was just left in Wakanda looking like that, without a stone in his head. He had a stone in his head that brought him to life. That was part of the whole quest. And Vision and Wanda loved each other, and then he died twice right in front of her. Twice right in front of her. Within like 4 minutes. It was tragic. She's lost a lot. Think about it. Since the Age of Ultron, when she was introduced, her brother was killed. She was introduced as even wanting to give her body over to science to be able to fight for her country because of a Stark missile that had already bombed Sokovia. And then Ultron took Sokovia, the whole fucking city, lifted it up in the air, dropped it, and killed thousands and thousands and thousands more people. Guess who Ultron was invented by? Tony Stark. The Avengers. She has beef with them. She has beef with them. And then they said, oh, you could be an Avenger too, says Hawkeye. All you got to do is step out of the room. So she steps out of the room. Next thing you know, what's happening to her? Oopsie doodle, she makes a mistake. She blows up the king of Wakanda. Now we're at war with Wakanda? What the fuck, Wanda? It's issues. Then they ground her. You can't ground a grown woman. Kevin Feige is saying that she is the most powerful of all of the characters in Marvel right now. She is a mutant who can construct entire realities. Do you remember? She took on, she's about to take on in the next film that will be released in theaters. Nothing was ever coming out in theaters again. We're trapped forever. That is the darkness. Anyway, in the next major Marvel movie that she's going to be in, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, they're going to be chasing Wanda. She's creating a multiverse of madness. Wanda has lost her crackers. Trauma. Trauma does it to us all. Enough trauma, you're going to lose your crackers. And we all experience trauma in different ways, and we lose our crackers in different ways. And those of us who do. I'm someone who experienced the kinds of trauma that make me the kind of person that where I need control is over me, my entity. I can't have anybody telling me what to do, what to say, censor me, all the rest of it. I'm just going to say more of it if you try it. It's not a thing I am necessarily proud of. It's just the truth. Wanda had the kind of trauma that makes her have to control everything around her because it was everything around her that was out of her control and out of her life. And Wanda let Thanos know. If you remember, at the end of Endgame, she got up in that ass. She said, "You took everything from me." And he said, "I don't even know who you are." And she said, "You will." And boy, oh boy. Well, Thanos is dead, and the next thing we hear out of the Marvel Universe is Wanda with Vision, but living in a black and white world, making a safe bubble for herself, right? Leave it to Beaver world of her own, if you think about it in those terms, where Americana is what saves the day, where you can hug and kiss a flag if you want to, and that's not even weird. It's kind of patriotic. It's kind of nice, and it's a way to wrap yourself in a cloak of an imagination of protection, where you control everything and everybody, and you're the boss of it all. So she did create that, and it's breaking. Are you watching the show? Spoiler alert. Spoiler. I'm not going to get too deep into it because the show has a source. I'm going to scratch my eye. I apologize. I was sitting here for the last 3 seconds debating about whether or not to do that and whether or not it would be gross. Partly because I can't see you when I take off my glasses. Partly because who wants to see anyone picking their eye? So I'll wipe the corners of my mouth instead. She's got this reality, and the reality around her is breaking. And it's breaking because, again, Monica Rambeau is trying to save her. She's an agent of S.W.O.R.D. The like S.H.I.E.L.D. from space. The Coulson. Where she's down. She's down with Samuel L. Jackson. Think of it that way. Okay? So she and her friends, they're like, wait a minute, what the hell's going on with Wanda? Why are all these people trapped in this weird bubble? We got to get her out of here. So she's in there trying to save them from it. But meanwhile, Wanda's in there busy creating her own reality. And as that reality gets attacked, each time it does, and someone has a successful attack inside, it turns a little bit more color. And it leaps ahead several decades. Tonight, in fact, we get episode 4. We're on the Facts of Life episode. No, not Facts of Life. Family Ties. Facts of Life. God damn it. Joshua, come on. The card says Facts of Life. I'm too tired for this. You know I didn't sleep last night. Well, the restaurant beneath me, they left their music on, and so it woke me up. I'm a cranky girl. I'm sorry, Joshua. I love you. I love you. No, I know what the card said. We all make mistakes. It's okay. It's all right. No. It's fine. Family Ties. We'll cut it. We'll just cut it. Yeah. Edit this out. Fatima, please don't edit any of this out. Keep it all in. Anyway, episode 4, The reality is breaking even more. And Wanda is creating even more of the reality that she's after, the false reality. She's having cognitive dissonance. She made babies. Vision doesn't get where these babies are coming from. That's been part of his quandary, because what he knows is that he's a synthezoid, meaning that he doesn't have any spermatozoids. Synthezoids don't have spermatozoids. Even if they're doing some humping and she's using him as a robot sex machine, there's not going to be any babies from it, and yet they have babies. He's confused too. It's looking crazy. It's looking crazy. And as this cognitive dissonance keeps melting down, eventually we will see the return of our hero, Monica Rambeau. And she's gonna catch him. She's gonna somehow exorcise Vision from this nightmare. She's gonna somehow get the babies out of the nightmare. And then Wanda's going to be stuck in the nightmare until at least the next movie. Now, this all comes from a classic story that happened in the comic books. It's called House of M, and the same sort of story happened. Wanda decided that she was tired of being treated like shite. And being used because she is so powerful. And so she had a reaction, an opposite and equal reaction, where she created a whole island made for nothing but mutants to live there. And she took them all, and she lived there, and she and Magneto were the bosses. And then there was this big fight, and there was a lot of mess. And then a classic thing was realized, that she was in this essentially like a living dream. Like, was it even real? Do you know what I mean? She was trapped in this living dream because of the cognitive dissonance. And in this living dream, she feels the victim to everything happening, right? She feels like she's protecting herself and like she's actually the victim. But what she doesn't understand is that she's got all the privilege. She's got all the power. She can make this world anything she wants the world to be. And if she's not careful, it impacts other people and starts destroying their lives too. And this is all despite the fact that her reality is literally melting around her. And she just can't see clearly what's happening, and that it's time for her to let go. And the only way that all of humanity is going to be preserved is if she stops just hugging her fantasy and kissing it and frankly molesting it. Comic books, you know, an escape from reality. Well, in this classic telling, in the books, one day, Wanda whispered some magical words. And these words had a huge impact on everything that was happening in all of the Marvel Universe. And she simply uttered, "No more mutants." And when she said that, every mutant in all of the Marvel Universe was written out for the better part of 2 years. She erased them all. She has that kind of power. Do you know what I'm saying? The thing is, in this series that's on the Disney Plus right now, what I think she's gonna do, instead of saying no more mutants, is she may say release the mutants. Because again, Disney got the rights back to all of their characters, and so now they're going to re-release the X-Men and do them properly and do them as the characters that they should be. The outcasts, like us. Hey, what's happening, fam? How you doing? So good to see you here again. I'm glad we caught you too. So what I think they're going to end up doing is, in the program, they'll end up, instead of her saying no more mutants, because there are, right, there's, you can't, she's going to say, release the mutants and or more mutants. And when she does, it will release mutants into the universe, all of whom will be fighting for her reality, a reality that she's created in which she's the perpetual victim. And she uses her omnipotent power within this structure that only serves her without understanding how much harm it's doing to everyone around her, because she's moving from a place of trauma that she has refused to actually examine, remembering that the world was in black and white prior to this very moment when Vision died and the color left his body. But trust me, in the TV show, I'm sure she is going to be saved by Monica Rambeau. So, once again, I guess black women to the rescue. Like in Georgia. Twice. And in America, starting Black Lives Matter. All for this guy, huh? It's amazing that even in their imaginations, black women are still responsible to save them from themselves. But it's a good show. It's a good show. All I'm saying is support Monica Rambeau. Support the show. It's going to be great. And like I said, you can catch it on Disney Plus. And always remember and never forget that Walt Disney was, in fact, a Nazi. This has been another episode of Smoke and Mirrors. Thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of time with us. If you like what we do here, you can always check out my mug and check out past shows and links to them at the IG, Instagram, Smoke and Mirrors at CCB. Smoke and Mirrors at CCB. Goodness gracious. At Smoke and Mirrors CCB. That's for the comedy, culture, the blackness. You can also find me, myself, my words over at the tweeters. I'm tweeting under Caballo Negrito. Caballo Negrito. CABALLONEGRITO. Caballo Negrito literally translates to Walt Disney's a Nazi. If you have a thought, a suggestion, comment, query, hey, we'd love to hear any of those. Those can all be directed to Smoke and Mirrors CCB at gmail.com. Smoke and Mirrors CCB at gmail.com. Where recently we received some feedback that said, hey, I've been watching Smoke and Mirrors, you jerk, and I don't find you to be particularly entertaining. To which I would only say thank you for watching. This is an event that is produced and hosted by myself, Carlos Kareem Wyndham. Also produced and there's nothing more than produced. We produce it. That's what we do. By Tracy Tatamy. Hey, that's the show. Take care of yourself. Would you take care of each other by not going outside? If you do go outside, wear 2 masks. Come back inside, take those off, wash your hands, and then squeeze your loved ones. We'd love to see you when we're back here next on Tuesday. We are doing this now on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We'd love to see you here on Tuesday coming up. Why? Because we love you. Oh, okay. I really do. I love you all. Okay, we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.